Today we're going to talk about series. The last videos that you watched was on arithmetic sequences and geometric sequences. Sequences were just patterns of numbers that we either added, subtracted, or multiplied the same number times the next number to get the next number. Here, what we're doing is we have a sequence and we're adding up all of the numbers in our sequence to get a sum. One of the key words you're going to see when you know that you're talking about a series is you're going to be asked to find the sum of the terms. So in this question, you're asked to find the sum of the first 8 terms. Well, we have -1, 1, and 3. So it looks like we're adding 2 each time. So the next number would be 5, then 7, then 9, then 11, and then 13. And if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that is the first 8 terms of that particular sequence. And because I have this question down here, we already found out what we did each time. We added 2 each time. So we have a common difference of +2. So it's an arithmetic sequence. So to find the sum, we can simply add all of these numbers together, which the -1 would cancel the +1. We add 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13. We would get 48. There is a formula that would help us out with all of this information. And here's your formula for an arithmetic series. Copy down this formula, pause your video so that you can copy down this formula. In order to use this formula, you must find the first term, your a sub 1 term, and your a sub n term. And remember, your formula for finding a sub n is this formula. You should already have it written down on a piece of paper. When you finish copying, go ahead and start the video again. We're being asked to evaluate the series. So there are 2 steps that you need to do. We have 1, 2, and 3. These are the first 3 terms of our sequence. So this would be our a sub 1 value. We're looking for the 100th term. So our n is going to be 100. So a couple of things that you have to identify. So to find the 100th term in the sequence, we're going to use this formula. And remember, our n is going to be 100. So we have a sub 100 is equal to 1 plus 100 minus 1 times, what do I add to 1 to get 2? What do I add to 2 to get 3? So my common difference here is 1. So times 1. So I have a sub 100 is equal to 1 plus 99 times 1, or 99, and that gives me 100. So my 100th term is 100. So once I find my a sub n term, I come over here. This is my second formula that I have to use. Now I'm looking for s sub 100. I plug in my n is 100. My a sub 1 term is the first term in my sequence. I already identified that as 1. Plus my a sub 100, I just found that, and that's 100, all divided by 2. Well, half of 100 gives me 50, and 1 plus 100 gives me 101, and I multiply 50 times 101, and I get 5,050. Pretty easy, just plugging it into your calculator and getting your terms. Let's try another one. Here are my 2 formulas. I have to identify some things. This is my a sub 1 value. So that's 3. What am I doing to 3 to get 7? What am I doing to 7 to get 11? Well, each time I'm adding 4. So my common difference here is 4. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the sum of the first 50 terms. So n is equal to 50. Now I have to use both of these formulas. First thing I have to do, I have to find a sub 50. So a sub 50, I'm going to plug it into the first formula. It's going to be a sub 1, which is 3, plus 50 minus 1 times 4. That gives me 3 plus 49 times 4. 49 times 4 is 196, and 196 plus 3 gives me 199. So a sub 50 is 199. I'll need to use that a little bit later. Now I'm going to plug all of it into my sum. Remember S stands for sum. So the formula for my sum is going to be S sub 50 is equal to 50 times my a sub 1 value is 3, my a sub 50 value is 199, all over 2. Well, what's half of 50? I can take half of 50, and that's going to give me 25. If I add 3 to 199, I get 202. And if I multiply that times 25, I get 5,050. You can plug it into your calculator or Desmos just like that, and you'll still get your same answer. Let's try another one. In February, you start a holiday savings account with a deposit of $20. So in February, you have $20. You increase each monthly deposit by $5. So March, you would have 25. April, you would have 30. Pause the video and see if you can't figure out how the rest of these would go. Once you think you have it filled out, then let's see if you can figure out how much money you have by June. When you have that figured out, then start the video again. Okay, so by May, June is when you want to know how much money you have. So let's see if we can figure out exactly how much money we have in June. For me, what I ended up getting for June was I had a total of 40 here. May was 35. I don't have that one written down, but May was 35. And if I add all of these amounts up, then I would get that I had saved $150 by June. Now, how much money would you have saved by the end of the year? So we would have to go through July, August, September, October, November, and December. Well, if I start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that means that I would have saved for 11 months. So my end value is going to be 11. What I would need to know is if I increase by 5 each month, this would be 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70 would be the amount that I would put in it in July. So if I go by my formula, S sub 11 is going to give me 11 times my first amount of money that I deposit. My A sub 1 was 20. The last amount that I deposited was 70, all over 2. If I plug that into my calculator, then I get that I would end up with having $495 by the end of the year. Evaluate each one of the related series and sequences. So you're given an A sub 1 value, and we need to count how many values we have in our sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my n here would equal 6. So my A sub 6 is 23. A sub 1 is 13. So if I'm going to plug it into my formula, I would have S sub 6 is equal to 6 times 13 plus 23, all divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. 13 plus 23 gives me 36. 3 times 36 is 108. So that is the sum of those first 6 terms. Let's go ahead. Let's try the next one. This is my a sub 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 terms, so n is equal to 7. This is a sub 7. Plugging it into my formula, I get s sub 7 is equal to 7 times 6 plus 36 all over 2. I end up with half of 7 is 3.5 times 6 plus 36 is 42 is equal to 147. For the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 terms. So s sub 5 is equal to 5 times my first term is 22. My fifth term is 46, all divided by 2. So that gives me 170 when I plug it into my calculator. I have 4 terms here. So s sub 4 is equal to 4 times the first term is 39 plus the a sub 4 term is 69 all over 2. Plug that into my calculator and I get 216. This one's a little bit different. Although I know my n, I know my first term, I know my a sub n term. So I can still plug it into my formula. So s sub 13, that's my n value, is equal to 13 times 2 plus 122 all over 2, and that gives me 806. Here, given the same bit of information, my n is still 13, is equal to 13 times a negative 18 plus a negative 102 all over 2. Both of them are negative, so you actually add them. So that's going to give me a negative 780. For number 15, I don't have as much information, but I can find it. What am I doing to each one to get the next term? I'm adding 7. So my common difference here, D, is equal to 7. I know that this is my a sub 1, so I need to find a sub 7. Excuse me, I need to find a sub 16. So a sub 16 is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So that's going to give me 20 plus 15 times 7, which gives me 20 plus 105, which is 125. So that's my a sub 16 value. Now I have my first term and I have my nth term. So I can plug these two numbers in. So a sub 16 is 125. A sub 1 is 20. My n is 16. So plugging this all in, I have s sub 16 is equal to 16 times 20 plus 125 all over 2. S sub 16 is equal to 1,160. Let's see if we can't finish this one. A sub 15, because that's my n, is a sub 1 plus 15 minus 1 times, what am I doing each time? Yeah, my common difference is 10. I'm adding 10 each time. So I have 20 plus 14 times 10, which gives me 20 plus 140, which gives me 160 for my a sub 15. Plugging all of this in, s sub 15 is equal to 15 times my a sub 1 is 20 plus a sub 16 is 160, all divided by 2, and that gives me 1,350.